Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, for some time now, alhamdulillah, I've been trying to go to a Muslim country to continue my Islamic studies. And by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the help of beautiful brothers, I find myself in Kuwait amongst really powerful scholars. And alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, I've been managing to study with them and further continue my Islamic studies. And the reason why I'm saying that to you is two things. Number one is insha'Allah rabbil alameen, I took it upon myself trying to film the scholars giving us some advice, and I'm going to be there as an interpreter so we can get the maximum benefit out of it. Number two is insha'Allah, whatever I'm going to be studying, whatever I'm going to be learning from here, I'm going to be doing short videos to relate to you the message as the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam said, بَلِّغُوا عَنِّي وَلَوْ آيَةً, convey at least one message. The reason why I'm doing this is so we can have access to what is Islam and what is the right way to go forward. Number two is, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, there was a powerful message from a scholar, Sheikh ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah, I read about and I found it beautiful. The Sheikh ibn Uthaymeen, he said, استدل ثم اعتقد ولا تعتقد ثم تستدل فتضل. Meaning, find evidences first and then build your aqidah, build your belief system based upon the evidence. But do not build a aqidah, a belief system without no evidence based on desires and emotions, and then you go around finding evidences for that emotion and desire, and then you're going to be misguided. An example, I love drinking before Islam or before practicing. When I became Muslim or when I started practicing, someone said, hey, by the way, drinking is haram, you can't do it. Now I'm against that because my belief system is drinking is okay. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going around trying to find evidences or someone to say that drinking is okay. And this is based upon what? Based upon my desire and based upon my intentions and emotions that I want to continue drinking. And the scholars have said, if you're trying to follow your desires, then you're always going to find an evidence to support that emotion and desire. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal, very powerful words. But what was the initial thing? He said, استدل ثم اعتقد. Find evidences first, then build the belief system. I became Muslim, drinking is haram. Where is the evidence on that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that in the Quran, the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam said this in the hadith, and this is how the companions understood these two things. So now I have the evidences, now I know the ruling upon drinking, that is haram. Now I can start my journey. Now, let's say for example, I couldn't stop drinking or I continued drinking. At least my belief system is sound. I know it's haram, I shouldn't be doing it, I'm trying my best to quit, and I'm asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness, and I feel bad about sinning against Allah. That's a sound aqidah that you're trying to become better. But if you don't have that, you don't have evidences, and your only evidence is your emotions and desires, you're going to be misguided, because you're going to be finding people that sing your tune. This is the reason why, insha'Allah rabbil alameen, I'm doing these videos. Because I want to make sure, my dear brother and sister, you have access to a sound aqidah. Now let me give you an analogy to prove my point. If I said the word cheese, what do you understand from it? You can understand maybe dairy, food, cheddar cheese, but I meant for you to smile. Same word mean different things depending on the context. So now that you know that Abu Jebreel, when he said to you the word cheese, it means to smile. When you go back to Abdullah and Abdul Rahman and Fatima and Aisha, and they say to you, hey, what did Abu Jebreel mean when he was saying the word cheese? You would say, he meant for you to smile, because you were the first point of contact. Regardless of how much debate this person can debate you about what you're saying is illogical and so on, you are the first point of contact. You understand what it means because you asked me and I told you. What the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam said and meant from his hadith, and what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran and the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam explained, this is how the companions understood it. So this is what we take upon their understanding. They are the best people. Why? Because they are the first point of contact, regardless of how many people debate this concept today. So if I find someone in 2018 saying to me, I understand better than what Umar ibn al-Khattab said, I understand better than what Ibn Abbas or Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, they are false. Now I'm not speaking about mathematics, I'm not speaking about science, I'm not speaking about surgery. I'm speaking about the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm speaking about how they understood the Quran, the Aqidah, and the Hadith of the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. Nobody will understand and interpret the Quran or the Hadith of the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam better than the companions. It's a very realistic example today. we've got a channel called There Is No Clash. It's been going and spreading around a lot on the social media, and what they're trying to say is, they're trying to say to you, hey, the Quran and science, they go hand in hand, trying to prove evolution theory based upon the Surah At-Tin wa Zaytun, and they're trying to do other things as well. Now, number one, they are completely false, of course. Why? Because of the point that we discussed earlier. Istadil thumma a'taqid. Find evidences first. They have no evidence of what they speak about. They speak in this out of their own mind. Now, we don't want to speak about intentions, if it was good or not, because Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu arda, he said, we don't take you based upon your intentions. We take you based upon your actions. So I can't see their intentions, I can see their actions. And I'm telling you today, my brother and my sister, this is one of the most dangerous channels going around, and you should never ever listen to it. Reason being is because they are spreading lies about Islam. They are spreading things which are completely false, not backed up by any single scholar from the time of the companions up till today. A reputable scholar. If you go back to the books of tafsir, if you go back to the books of the companions and the people that followed them, if you go back to the hadith of the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, even in the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you won't find one single thing that would support their claim. They are just making up as they go along, just to prove that Islam and science goes hand in hand. That's the reason why we have to go by istadil thumma a'taqid. So inshallah, my dear brothers and sisters, make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would open doors of knowledge for me and for you. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect you and protect your heart, and to make you one of the most beautiful people of Islam. That is an example when you walk down the street, people say, listen, this is what Islam is. Inshallah, we'll see each other again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.